entirely true. They might not talk to the local, but whoever the fuck these motherfuckers were, they weren't regular police. So they fuck with me. Can't find nothing to fuck with me, but still fuck with me. And then tell me because I'm a felon, I have to register as though I'm a sex offender or something. They tell me here in Vegas, you know what I'm saying? Everybody has been, you got to register. All right. So, me peeping game, I know this is not the end of whatever bullshit just began. And you telling me to register is kind of like your way of helping to do whatever it is that you were sent to fucking do. Sort of like you have to register. You register by tomorrow, and I just give you your woo woo, or will be this. Oh, and you're threatening me. Okay, I'm a different kind of guy. You threaten me, I'm either gonna come find you, so we can handle this. However it turns out, or I'm gonna beat my feet. You know, and what else could I do? So before the sun rose, I packed my shit. I was out the motherfucker. While I'm speeding the fuck out of Vegas, I just stopped at a couple casinos along the way and I cash out my credit card so I can have cash. Cause I'm like, man, there's some shit in the air. So my paranoid ass, I smashed on the gas and I'm talking about I didn't let up. And by the time I let up and I looked at my phone, I'm like, let me check my location. Where the fuck I was at the top of Utah. And while I was at the top of Utah, guess who calls me? My guy, my friend, my homie. You know, I'll just call it what it is, man. My nigga, my nigga Bula. I don't know what happened to him. I don't. I don't believe what was told to me, but that's just my opinion. And of course, Bula falls into the category of those people that when you come up missing or something happens to you, nobody's gonna ask a question. And people be knowing everybody knows what's going on. I don't think there's too many people that really don't know. It's just hush hush, quiet quiet, cause you don't want no smoke, and is shit. I'm over here, that's over there. If they bring it over here, then some motherfuckers is straight. I don't think everybody's going through this. Is just certain motherfuckers for whatever reason. This ain't no community mob lynching for you being the local scumbag or something. But so he calls me out the blue. Nigga, where you been? He's another lame excuse, but I'm trying to figure out what the fuck happened, man. Right now, that's inconsequential to me. But he was like, man, I was just feeling the pressure because we wasn't really coming up like that, and the credit thing, I know it's coming, but ooh. And I just felt so I went back home. How? With what money? How? You don't got money to just be, but they do. Certain members in my family too. But nobody never like, nigga, you're broke. You're always broke. You're busting moves like you're busting moves, but you ain't busting no moves. Who's bankrolling you? And that's what it comes down to. These motherfuckers, they get bankrolled, paid to play specific roles. So he calls me. So here we go. Now I'm kind of like grasping for places to go. And, you know, one of my niggas, he does his thug dizzle, but I know he's in the shits too. This pimp nigga, man, got a few little hoes, man. He'll talk your ear off about his little fake ass story, where he come from, how he came up. You could tell this shit's fabricated because they want to force the story into your mind. You know what I'm saying? So you can't get them to shut the fuck up. You're like, man, listen, man, I don't want to hear about all your goddamn war stories and your little come up of how hard it was. We all got that shit. But he'll talk your ear off. And he had a little paper. And more importantly, that ain't what was on my mind. You know what I'm saying? I had paper. I ain't have as much as I wanted to, but I did pretty good. When I peeled up out of there, I had a pocket full. I goes to fuck with him out in Denver. The weird shit starts happening there again. And I'll keep the weird shit on the physical plane. I ain't even gonna tap into the spiritual stuff that was going on with a nigga. This shit's weird enough. And they ain't never saying that spirit is weird. The spirit is what saved my ass. But where relevant, I'll throw it in, or I don't know. If not, whatever. But I could tell I was being targeted. My nigga tried to tell me, he's like, man, when I left up out of Vegas, I had 2 whips. Call me a retard, but I didn't like the Benz. I left it. Took my Charger. So I had the Charger, cocaine white, and my nigga was trying to tell me that it's because of my car. Why all of a sudden I'm attracting police attention. Because he can see it just as much as I can see it. The trails, the tails, when the police are sniffing around. And I'm like, all right. But it wasn't. They're pushing me. They were pushing me to go somewhere. And I think it was to go back to Minnesota. So they were fucking with me in Denver. Talking to that nigga, I was realizing that, he was a person that had a lot to hide from me. There is no basis for that because me and him didn't grow up together. He didn't know nothing about me. He shouldn't have. Last time I saw him was prison. And I run into another brother, and that brother was like, man, he wants to get his credit too, and woo woo, and it's like, oh man, I remember you. Hey, you cool, woo woo woo. So it was that, and his conversation for things. I would catch it that you know something about something, but you're really not. You know what I mean? You're not saying nothing, and I don't push because when you push, they pull. I want it to be given. You have to get them to tell on themselves. So I don't push. I wait. And, I didn't really become suspicious about him until Minnesota later, when there was a scenario when some niggas had some pistols out in his crib, and I jacked my yomper out. Like, you doing in my nigga crib? And walks these niggas out. All right, man, nigga, what the fuck you doing? You got these niggas and you ain't got no missile, and you're fucking up. I know, man. I know blood. I know. All this good shit. And to come back and those same niggas in his crib with him and he kicking it. Talking about some nigga shot him in his knee where he had a bandage on. And he sent me a picture of what these niggas did to me. And they're in your house. Or these are some different niggas. And you got the niggas that was just about to do it to you that are back. And the picture that you had your bandage on in your knee, in the picture isn't the knee that you had it on when I came to see you. I don't know what you was plotting, planning, but it was weak. And the fact that you hung out with niggas that you knew were working for the feds only assured that I needed to get the fuck away from whatever game you was playing. But obviously a part of the same. And I don't know how you got pictures with my ex-wife. So I know somebody's been pillow talking. Even if I didn't think you was connected to my family and the shit that they're trying. You got pictures with people that I've known almost a lifetime. And you got those pictures. In those pictures when they were young. So you should have been young. But you didn't look too young. But in order for you to have been taking those pictures and been where you've been, that means you were around for a while. You didn't just meet. Because back then, shit was more serious. You blood, we blood, they Crips. Back then, in the 90s, and y'all was cool. Smooth kicking it, flicked up, drunk, hanging out. I don't know. I would love to know, how those flicks came about and where you was at and how come I never saw you, met you, and you was Bloods. Thank you. Another plant. They move these motherfuckers around to play these roles. They got you trapped in, locked in with your family. They're monitoring you, watching you. So they're stationary. Now I understand why motherfuckers in my family in Minnesota, they never really left. They were holding the fort down. That is where they were supposed to keep me and have me fucked up at. But I keep flying the coop. And they keep having to bring me back. To have me fucked up, they have to keep you fucked out. They want to either have you murdered or have you fucked up. Why? I don't know. I don't know if it's about the person or because I know the shit that I know and they're fucking with me because they don't want me to say something. but you were fucking with me anyway, so I got to say something. And at the same time, what you were doing isn't something that I would keep. Somebody's got to pay. And there's too many of y'all motherfuckers for me to pull up on. And really, I don't think my ancestors want me doing that. Is just pulling up on a whole bunch of family members on some, whack-a-mole type shit. You motherfuckers are selling out your own blood for an agenda that doesn't serve you, whatever it is. And if you're doing all this shit just to cover the fact up that a motherfucker, you know, ran off with a couple life insurance payments and didn't do the right thing, then you're really a piece of shit. Or is it the motherfucking worst? What I already believe it has been for a long time. You're whacking your own fucking family for the insurance money, their property. Not only killing them, but you know, or aiding in the death. So it makes you feel better, like granny was gonna die anyway, so you just help her out a little bit. So I don't know if you're covering up for your shit that was petty and now big, or it was always big and murderous and monstrous. Like nigga, I don't got no problem with pulling up on somebody from my family when I'm defending them, but this is this is evil, bro. Just keep it where it's at. When you kill your own blood for gain and keep doing it, and then you got to destroy the lives of other family members to cover it up because they might say something, and now you're paranoid, and you pay motherfuckers off, and you set motherfuckers up. It's low agenda, big agenda, even what I don't know, all together maybe. So I'm going to Denver. Was there until I wasn't there, because when I wasn't there is when I started to recognize, nigga, they'll circle. If you see them, you could see them before they try to set up one of their scenarios for you to fall into the trap. They'll be hovering, places you frequent, as they say, so you know what I mean? Your favorite spot. Go there enough, that's where they're gonna set it up at. So the police is fucking with me in Denver. They tossed my shit too. But they were tossing my shit around the same motherfucking time that all of a sudden my youngest son's mom died. Her death is fishy too. It's when she died. Immediately, they cremated her. Couldn't see the body, no nothing, no nothing. Immediately, the next day, her mom had her cremated. And she had a seizure. She died from a seizure that she has all the time. She's had multiple seizures all the time for a very long time. And then this one she dies from, or what? Or see, one of the things, this is my theory, I think that a lot of these fucks do is you'll have a condition, something will happen, and they'll see it, and they'll know, I just got to get them their medication. I just got to, and they won't. And this is the person that has the life insurance on you. So they're watching you the closest. And anybody can get a life insurance on you. So I'm not gonna guess. I don't know. But it was fishy. So around the same time the police fuck with me, and other occurrences that just ain't right, then she dies. So this is my kid's mom. I have to go pay homage. I know my son don't want to fuck with me, but hey, it's a different situation now. Mom just died. And I got to go see what's up with my boy. So I go. I pay my last respects to her. Ask my son, what does he want to do? He doesn't want to fuck with me. He was actually gone before I got there. It's this thing. I don't know who the fuck this nigga is, but he has this thing for my son. It makes me feel like, man, if you did something to my son, motherfucker, man. And I guess it's my own fault because I was locked up. So this is how the shit gets in. But they let this nigga come and take my motherfucker. I'll bring my son back. They're trying to keep my son away from me. And he's not recognizing what they're doing. All he sees is that dad is trying to give him too many rules. But now he's older. He's closer to grown than not. He's 17, about to be 18. I think he was just about to turn 18 because this is in the winter. He's a Scorpio. So he said he didn't want to fuck with me. So I, gave him a little money and but he didn't go where he said he was going to go. He said he was going to go stay with his uncle in Chicago. His uncle was in the military and all this good stuff. And, and I was like, oh, you want to go live with a military man? Good luck. So, hey, go ahead, boy. He didn't go. Where he went, I don't know. But he wasn't there. And he won't say. He think he nigga slick too. but he ain't got no slickness in it. You know what I'm saying? You're applying the same game that I've been running since, I was knee high to a fly's eye. And you're my son. So, nigga, you got your game from me. What the fuck? So where he was, I don't know. What he was doing, I don't know. But then he popped up in Minnesota. Suppose now he has his own crib. How, I don't know. Watch all the little shit. How you get a crib, boy? You can't get no crib. I don't even think he turned. I still think he didn't turn 18 yet. And his chick was younger than him. But they got an apartment. One of them apartments that run your credit and all that good shit. You know what I'm saying? That motherfuckers with credit and a job can't get into, but you gotta. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no shade. Don't never do that. You know what I'm saying? That's what I said. I want him to do his thing, but game recognized game, and everything was not everything. But I guess that that's later. So he didn't want to fuck with me. So on the road again. There's no, you know what I mean. I left Vegas. Weird shit followed me to Denver. Now the bitch calls again. Well, what are you gonna do? It was cold. It was cold. And I should have always did. I should have did what I should have always did. Even when I had to pay that little money I left Vegas with, I should have figured out where I want to be somewhere and just go grab a house real quick. But I didn't. Just fucking with my nigga. You know, money's flying out everywhere. I'm not even focused. I'm just partying. So, needless to say, I did. I did it. I fucked up. I fucked off the bag. I was back broke again. So my ex calls. All of a sudden, now she's got money. Where you get money from? I don't care. Here I come. So I went back to Florida. Did my thing again down there.